That shit's sweet as fuck. This light's still coming in. Shit makes your apartment hot too, man. So my back's still killing me. So yeah, man, I'm eating some fucking tacos. I need my protein for the day, bro. And I made so when I mixed the cottage cheese with lime and the seasonings, it was still super thick. And because you're putting powdered seasonings into a cottage cheese, it's gonna absorb the moisture and leave just the chunk. So it was really thick, really gross looking. So what I did was fucking added some mayo with avocado oil. So it made it a lot more creamier, spaced out. But I think I'm still gonna try the yogurt out one because, yeah, I think yogurt's much cheaper and less. And obviously, if I have to add another liquid to the cottage cheese to make a sauce, that's more cost. So I think I'm just gonna go with the yogurt as the base, and we'll figure that out. Let me see. I was taking enclomiphene for a while so I can try to stay off the injectables. So I found this video.
Why you should not take enclomiphene. So for the most part, it's pretty easy to hate on performance-enhancing drugs, but enclomiphene is one of the toughest to accurately criticize. It is the most powerful endogenous testosterone-boosting agent with a relatively favorable side effect profile. But despite this, enclomiphene still has its haters. And hey, maybe it should. Risks outweigh the benefits. Well, let's take a look at a couple enclomiphene hate videos and analyze their validity. So it's actually fairly uncommon for me to come across a video that heavily criticizes enclomiphene. I actually think it can be irresponsible to unfairly demonize enclomiphene because it actually helps prevent drug abuse. So testosterone, although of course it can be utilized sensibly in isolation, it is absolutely a gateway performance-enhancing drug because it shuts down your HPTA axis. And once you no longer have to worry about testosterone suppression, it's super easy to just add in some extra anabolics into your protocol. Now with enclomiphene, it's possible to achieve TRT levels of testosterone by enhancing your endogenous testosterone boosting machinery rather than suppressing it. And committing to maintaining HPTA axis function really limits you from implementing any extreme PED protocols. But does the testosterone boost from enclomiphene even help you make gains like TRT does? Well, this guy doesn't think so. So let's break down the video.
If you want your test to go up on paper, enclomiphene, it should go up. It's supposed to. We're going to increase its prohormone via luteinizing hormone.
So technically, enclomiphene is not a prohormone. Prohormones are precursor molecules that your body directly converts into an active hormone. So an example would be 3-AD, which I have experimented with before. Enclomiphene doesn't convert directly into testosterone. It blocks some estrogen receptors in the brain, which sends a signal to the hypothalamus to produce more GnHR, which has the downstream effect of increasing luteinizing hormone and then testosterone.
What's the cost? No estrogen binding of estrogen at the alpha receptor in your pituitary.
So there is certainly still estrogen binding, quite a bit of estrogen binding. Completely inhibiting all estrogen binding at the alpha receptor would certainly be disadvantageous and absolutely elicit side effects. We're looking at maybe 50% inhibition or even lower depending on the dosage. And this is still sufficient to send a low estrogen signal that leads to enhanced testosterone production. Now let's take a look at the comment section. Take the supplement DIM to balance out estrogen. This is actually great advice. DIM is an estrogen modulator, so its effects are more nuanced than an estrogen blocker. It tends to modulate estrogenic activity based on physiological needs. So SERM's effects on estrogen are complex. Overall estrogenic activity can be too high or too low in different tissues, and DIM, as well as indole-3-carbinol, help with estrogen balance. So personally, I obtained these two compounds from Black Ox Testosterone Booster. To snag this, links to all the supplements along with the discount code in the Natty Plus cheat sheet in the description below. Now, what's one reason that estrogen balance is important?
Why is that important? Because guess what's responsible for growth hormone release? The estrogen receptor and the pituitary gland. And now what's not getting estrogen? That same receptor. And so what happens? You don't make growth hormone. And then what happens? You don't IGF-1.
So yes, IGF-1 is lowered in some people. There's one study that shows that on average, IGF-1 is reduced by around 50% at standard enclomiphene dosages. Now, is this the case for all people? Not necessarily. So the effects from SERMs, selective estrogen receptor modulators, are highly selective, which makes them highly variable. Why? Because although enclomiphene consistently antagonizes or blocks estrogen in the brain, in other tissues, it can send a null signal or even act as an agonist. And although this guy implied that the estrogen antagonization in the estrogen receptor alpha in the hypothalamus leads to the reduction in IGF-1, it's actually the antagonization in the estrogen receptor alpha in the liver that lowers IGF-1 because that's where IGF-1 is produced. And whether enclomiphene agonizes, antagonizes, or just sends a null signal is dependent on a multitude of factors like coactivator, co-repressor expression in the liver cells. So these are little helper proteins that promote or suppress gene transcription. And we have local estrogen concentration, SHBG levels, and estrogen receptor alpha density. For me personally, my IGF-1 was negligibly lowered on enclomiphene. In fact, it was 187 nanograms per milliliter, which was slightly above my baseline of 142. And I wasn't even taking MK677 during this particular enclomiphene experiment. Many people who are concerned about this potential IGF-1 decrease, they often take MK677 or a growth hormone releasing peptide simultaneously to ensure their IGF-1 remains above baseline, and that usually totally alleviates the low IGF-1 issue.
And then what happens? Your gains at the gym suck and you can't lose fat. But hey, it made your tests go to like 800, bro. You're good.
So I've never heard of anyone taking enclomiphene and then complaining that it hindered their gym progress or ability to burn fat. So yes, growth hormone is lipolytic and IGF-1 does promote muscle growth. Like we discussed, these could be lowered for some people. But overall, enclomiphene is still a net anabolic compound. So let's assume IGF-1 is cut in half. Testosterone is more beneficial for muscle growth than IGF-1. If testosterone doubles and IGF-1 is cut in half, then the net effect is still pro-anabolic. So I've never heard of anyone taking clomiphene and say it's more difficult to lose fat, only the opposite. Personally, I achieved the leanest physique I've ever obtained outside of a contest prep on 6.25 milligrams of enclomiphene daily, and I wasn't even tracking my calories. Let's take a look at one more enclomiphene hater video.
If you're not trying to have kids, you should never, ever use enclomiphene. Enclomiphene is a women's fertility medication that you will become more emotional. I mean, it's crazy.
Okay, so by that statement, I'm assuming he's conflating enclomiphene with clomiphene, which is indeed a common mistake.
Now, there is an effect when you take enclomiphene / Clomid. That's a short term for it.
Okay, yeah, so that confirms my theory. So clomiphene or Clomid is indeed a women's fertility medication. Clomiphene is the combination of the N-clomiphene and zooclomiphene isomer. So the zooclomiphene isomer is an estrogenic isomer that was included in the medication because they believed its estrogenic activity would help induce ovulation. And zooclomiphene appears to be responsible for most of the side effects from clomiphene, including the mood side effects that this guy was referring to. N-clomiphene, on the other hand, is the isomer in clomiphene that's responsible for enhancing endogenous testosterone production. And that particular isomer in isolation has a much more favorable side effect profile.
It's not as good as HCG or HMG either.
So it depends on your goals. For fertility purposes, could HCG or HMG be superior? Possibly. But for boosting endogenous testosterone production, if the goal is to maintain HPTA axis function to boost testosterone while avoiding suppression, then without a doubt, enclomiphene is king. HCG is an LH mimetic. HMG is the combination of LH and FSH. Both of these will suppress LH to a degree. And LH is the primary hormone that produces testosterone. So if you suppress LH, effectively, you're suppressing your own endogenous testosterone production. Is it less suppressive of the HPTA axis than exogenous testosterone? Yes, but it's still suppressive, so it's not ideal to use it long-term if your goal is to maintain your body's ability to produce its own endogenous testosterone. So yeah, in these particular cases, I really don't think the enclomiphene hate was warranted, but I'm curious to see what you guys think, so please let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.
Let's see what else.
So I swallow around 50 pills every day and consume up to 30 grams of various powders. You know, we all take drugs. I just happen to take more than the average person. A drug is defined as any substance that has a physiological effect when introduced into the body. There's actually doesn't have a physiological effect when introduced into the body, but today we're talking specifically about the optional capsules and powders that I take to boost performance and or health and longevity. Now, you know, food, water, and oxygen, those are mandatory drugs that maybe we'll discuss another time. Now, to be clear, these are all the drugs that I'm currently taking. There may be others that I intermittently cycle, but am not cycling right now. AC262 and 9-MABC, for example. And others I simply ran out of, like more methylene blue is on the way, for example. My current updated performance-enhancing drug protocol is in the 90+ cheat sheet for those curious. And all the other supplements are there as well for those interested, besides the basic ones, just like magnesium, that you can just snag off Amazon. Anyway, link is in the description below. I also want to be clear that I'm not recommending any of these compounds. I'm simply transparently revealing my entire supplementation protocol. And to keep this video concise, I'll just briefly touch on each compound. For more comprehensive info, there are many more detailed videos on this channel. We'll start with the compounds that possess bodybuilding utility, although many of them offer benefits in other realms of well-being as well. So creatine, super basic, around 10 grams daily for me. Everyone's taking it, increases ATP, hydrates the muscle, makes them look fuller, cheap, accessible. Why not? Muscle Pro, 4 pills daily. So I'll run it for a month until the bottle runs out and then take a break. This is a combination of primarily turkesterone and ecdysteroid that may or may not be anabolic, depending on who you ask. Research is quite limited. And epicatechin. This is a much more researched myostatin inhibitor derived typically from cocoa beans or green tea. It's at least marginally anabolic and essentially side effect free, so it is worth it for me. Blue Ox testosterone booster, 5 pills, 5 days on, 2 days off. It's a potent, totally WADA compliant test booster with herbs like ashwagandha and tribulus. Has testosterone supporting vitamins and minerals as well. I combine it with Black Ox testosterone booster, 8 pills, 5 days on, 2 days off. It's an even more potent testosterone boosting blend. Contains powerful herbs like Fedosia. Technically WADA non-compliant because of the DHEA, but a double dosage of Blue and Black Ox, it's like 26 pills, did boost me from around 300 to 700 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone, and a single dose of each without any other testosterone boosting compounds allows me to maintain around 600 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone. But I also take enclomiphene, which is the world's most potent endogenous testosterone boosting compound. It's a selective estrogen receptor modulator. Recently, I've been taking 6.25 milligrams every other day. I open up the capsule, just take half the powder. That dosage, along with the other test boosters, allows me to maintain around 900 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone. MK677, it's a growth hormone scootergog, basically just boosts my GH and IGF-1 to the levels that I had as a teenager. Also stimulates the ghrelin receptor, which is beneficial for memory and neuroplasticity. I take 10 milligrams, typically 5 days on, 2 days off. Slim pills, this is a blend of relatively natural compounds that enhance insulin sensitivity, negating the potential increase in insulin resistance from MK677. Currently, I'm only taking 2 pills daily because currently I've been on the ketogenic diet. When I reintroduce carbs, I'll probably take around 4 pills daily on average. Maximus Stim pre-workout. So I've been taking this every other day or so. It's a potent pre-workout, but I actually prefer taking it for productivity purposes rather than workout enhancing purposes because it improves my motivation and focus. BPC 157, this is a healing peptide. I just ran out of the capsules, but I have the injectable version on the way, should be here soon. I like to alternate between the capsules and the injectable form. The capsules are probably more beneficial for healing the gut, and the injectable form is more beneficial for systemic healing. I usually take around 4 capsules daily, which is 2 milligrams, or I inject around 500 micrograms for around 1 month at a time. TUDCA, this is a bile acid derivative. It is hepatoprotective, which means it prevents and reverses liver cell damage. I take 2 pills daily, which is around 500 milligrams. Tadalafil, 10 milligrams twice per week. It's marketed as an erectile dysfunction medication, but I use it because it acts as a general vasodilator, improving blood flow, enhancing muscle pumps, and lowering blood pressure. Now for the nootropics. So NSI 189, 20 milligrams daily, usually for 1 month at a time. This stimulates neurogenesis, or the formation of new neurons, particularly in the hippocampus. It's been shown to reduce depressive symptoms and improve cognition as well. Dihexa stimulates synaptogenesis, so it boosts the formation of new synapses in the brain, stronger than BDNF in lab models. Quite powerful, and it's more experimental, so I just take 1 pill, 5 milligrams once per week. Bromantane, 25 milligrams, 1 pill, 1 month at a time. Just ran out, but I should have more coming in the next couple days. This upregulates tyrosine hydroxylase, a key enzyme that creates dopamine. Bromantine, it acts on the genomic level, so the results seem to last even after discontinuing. FL-modafinil, so I take 50 milligrams a couple times per week on non-pre-workout days. It's a wakefulness-promoting agent that boosts focus. To me, it feels similar to caffeine, and I'd rather alternate between caffeine and FL-modafinil rather than taking one or the other every day to avoid tolerance buildup. Lion's mane, 1 gram daily. This is a medicinal mushroom famous for its nootropic and neuroprotective properties. This seems to improve mood and cognition by boosting nerve growth factor and brain-derived nootropic factor. L-tyrosine, 1.5 grams daily. This is a dopamine precursor. This is in Maximus Stim, but I also like to take it on non-pre-workout days to support dopamine production. Nicotine. So I take a couple nicotine pouches twice per week. Nicotine boosts dopamine, makes me feel more productive because I take it while I work. My brain associates work with increased dopamine, which makes me more motivated to get work done. Also seems to be beneficial for cognition and prevent against Alzheimer's. Obviously, nicotine by itself is much healthier than obtaining nicotine from tobacco products like smoking. And now for general health supplements. Alpha lipoic acid, it helps chelate heavy metals, specifically mercury from the brain. Chlorella, 1 gram daily. This seems to be somewhat beneficial for chelating heavy metals as well. D3K2, so vitamin D is one of the most important hormones. Most of us, including me, just do not get enough sun, so I like to take around 5,000 IUs daily in supplement form. Ideally, it's taken with K2 because vitamin D boosts blood calcium, and K2 regulates that blood calcium and prevents calcium from depositing in arteries and soft tissues. Magnesium, I take 4 magnesium pills from Enhanced Labs, which contains a couple different types of magnesium. So magnesium is an essential mineral involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in the body. Supports essentially every aspect of our health, so I take it before bed because it is relaxing and improves my sleep. Taurine, so I've been taking 2 grams in the morning along with my stimulants, as well as 2 grams before bed. So taurine, it's quite a beneficial amino acid that has really been gaining popularity recently for its performance enhancing and longevity benefits. So it also seems to counteract the negative effects of stimulants like anxiety, which is why many energy drinks contain taurine. Lutein and zeaxanthin, so 80 milligrams daily. These are yellow-orange pigments naturally found in plants. They accumulate in the retina and support eye health and vision. Agmatine, it's a compound derived from arginine. It's a neuromodulator. It also acts as a vasodilator, which is why it's found in many pre-workouts, including Maximus Stim. But I like to take higher dosages on off days as well, usually around 1 gram, because it seems to have resensitizing effects. So it helps prevent or even reverse receptor downregulation from many other compounds. Turmeric, I take around 1 gram of this daily with black pepper extract because that significantly enhances the absorption. So turmeric, it's anti-inflammatory and quite beneficial for overall health as long as you're not one of the extremely rare individuals who has an immune-mediated reaction that causes some liver stress. And finally, Syrian rue, around 1 gram or so every other day. I cannot speak more highly of this supplement. It contains Harmala alkaloids, which act as monoamine oxidase inhibitors. Monoamine oxidase inhibitors increase the amount of neurotransmitters. And if you take a look at the literature reviews, Syrian rue, it seems beneficial for essentially every aspect of our health, brain health, cardiovascular health, insulin sensitivity, which is why it's been used for at least 3,000 years across a wide range of cultures. So yeah, that's every drug I'm currently taking. Let me know what you guys think. Are there any of these I shouldn't be taking? Are there others that I should add in? I'm sure I'll do an updated version of this protocol in the future. But for now, yeah, let me know your opinions in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
What else? What else? What time we on, man? We on 17? There it is. I'm just gonna hit the juice tube. I thought that was a fucking huge French toast.
This is way better than a.
Oh, I hate that guy's videos, bro.
Every time I hit a bomb.
The best peptides are putting on quality, size, and strength. It comes with a long list of benefits, including muscle growth, recovery. It can also promote slow wave deep sleep. Slow wave deep sleep is the highest level of sleep. It can also help with memory retention and rejuvenation. A typical dose is going to be 1,000 micrograms twice per week. And with the addition of that DAC, it extends the half-life. Number 1 is going to be a GHRP. There are a number of GHRPs, but in this case, I'm going with CJC 1295 with DAC. The best peptides are putting on quality, size, and
That's what I bought. That's what's up. Hell yeah.
The bar, like here. I just trying to like under the bar. Can you just hold them up?
We're not lying when we tell you.
Tough opponent. Like anyone out there saying they're getting the ring with Marius, good luck to you. He's a tough motherfucker. I went into that fight and I was ready to go the 2 4-minute rounds. We got in the gym every single week. I did 3 4-minute rounds. Absolutely, to the point I couldn't lift my arms up.
Like 4-minute, 5-minute round, not
Ryan,
a joke.
Put your arms out and hold them there for 4 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Just do that.
Not all normal people to do that. They wouldn't be able to do that.
2 minutes in.
Yeah.
I'm obviously learning wrestling, grappling, jiu-jitsu, the leg kicks, the head kicks, and I can head kick now. So the bell went, and it was he threw an overhand right, and I just put my arm up, and it sort of skimmed the top of my head, and then it was a 1-2, and then I sort of went for a second. Bang! Saw his eyes roll. I was like, yeah,
Threw him down.
rolled him.
Yeah.
And then 20 headshots on the floor within the space of like 5 seconds.
Yeah, you were going. Yeah.
Tough opponent. Like,
What's the most important decision you're going to make in your life? What do you think it is? Who you marry? The spouse. The most important decision you make in your entire life is the spouse. Because the wrong one is a disaster. The right one is fantastic. Yeah, I've had the right one.
It was only when I saw him in Cage Warriors, when his opponent was called out, I just saw this big blockhouse coming out to music and lights, and I looked at this guy. He was more mature in years than Conor. He would have been about 25, 26, 27 even. And I thought, oh boy, this is my son's opponent. And then they announced Conor, and Conor came out to the music and to the lights. And when he walked down that ramp, I didn't see a boy then. I saw a man.
You need to look yourself in the...
Like you watch this guy put in the prompts, make this song, and then you listen to the song and you're like,
right.
Create a square avatar of a fictitious female alternative / indie singer and a name for her.
Wow, Sadie Winters.
Sadie Winters. Okay, just going to create the song lyrics.
Look at that.
Wait,
dude.
how many seconds was that?
That was like about 4 seconds.
Look at that.
That's got a bridge.
And then hit create. Let's listen.
This is the world premiere.
I was paper, you were scissors, cut me out.
She's a good singer.
Good singer.
How crazy is that?
I mean,
like you watch.
It's fucking wild. You know how hard it is for people to fucking make music.
NMN.
1. Viagra and Cialis, they increase.
Don Fry punched a fan in the face a few months ago. I guess the fan was saying, why don't we go outside? Don Fry punched him right in the face when he said that to him. And I just saw an interview with him. This girl, Nina, was talking to him about it, and she said,
You punched a fan.
and he was like,
No, I didn't punch him.
he asked me that, and I said, where, out here?
He said we can go outside. I was like, what way?
He was acting like he was pointing. He's a tough, mean motherfucker.
Yeah, he does seem like one of those hillbillies. What motherfucker?
He's got to be getting sued over that.
Did the fan deserve it?
Don Fry punched a fan in the face a few months.
This was a mistake I made. I thought Lion's Mane was...
Hi, I'm Joe.
This was a mistake I made. I thought Lion's Mane was completely 100% safe. I thought that since people ate Lion's Mane steaks, that I'm fine with that dosage, right? Wrong. I should have read very deeply into that. I regret that decision. Ashwagandha, I personally believe, could cause an issue, and there's no real rhyme or reason to scientifically prove that. You have no idea what ash is going to personally do as far as impacting your neurochem, because everyone's at different settings. Everyone is wired all sorts of ways. They'll make RNA changes where other will not, and it will be like a dice roll that I think most people wouldn't take if they knew the danger they're playing with.
Hi, I'm Joe Delaney. Today we're going to talk.
Oh, XRP Army, you really got to check this out.
Global tax deals happening. We got global deals on principles for how they're going to, interact among each other with central bank digital currencies. And people really believe they couldn't come up with a price set for XRP. That's like not even hard to think about.
There's no logic there. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It's so if they do that, we believe the value would be higher than it was in September and October of 2021 when we were throwing out 25,000, 37.5 a coin.
So it would be a higher price than the previous prediction.
Probably in the 50,000 now, I would think. We haven't brought the numbers down, but I'm just thinking about all the additional trillions of dollars that got pumped in to the.
Oh, XRP.
Have you seen this?
Excuse me.
CPD, open up. We need to ask you a couple questions.
Can I help you?
CPD, we need to ask you a couple questions. May you please step to the front door, please?
CPD.
Yes, this is CPD. We would like you to step to the door, please.
Can I see a badge?
We would like you to step to the door, please, sir. I don't have to show you my badge, sir.
Okay, give me a second.
Okay. CPD, open the door.
Have you seen this?
I don't even know this fucking rap. You know what I mean? You tell me you're gonna fuck me, remember something, but I'm from Kurdistan. We don't take that shit lightly. Uqsum billah. If you don't fuck me up tomorrow or that day when you have fight, I'll shave your fucking beard, my brother.
Мы посмотрим с тобой. Я посмотрю, договорюсь. Сука.
Brother, I come from Kurdistan, Iraq. We dangerous out here, brother. You live in Dubai. Enjoy your life, brother. I don't even know this fucking rap. You know what I mean? You tell me you're gonna fuck me, remember something, but I'm from.
Most people think that the Navy SEALs are the best trained, most capable killers in the United States. They're not. I would say there's two different levels above Navy SEALs. The first most immediate layer above them is the Army Delta Rangers, Delta Force. They still don't really acknowledge that they exist. These are people who are capable of doing everything the SEALs are capable of doing and doing everything that your clandestine services are capable of doing, all wrapped into one like individual. Right. And then you put 5 or 6 of those individuals together and you send them to the places where not only is there plausible deniability, but there is essentially complete and total deniability. And those people are amazing. I understand why Navy SEALs have become popularized in media because you're allowed to talk about them, where you're not really allowed to talk about Delta. Right. But anybody who really is deep into that culture of military and who served in uniform, we all know Delta is a whole different caliber.
And then what's the top?
And then I would say kind of,
I don't even know.
Most people think that the Navy SEALs.
Whack.
All right, so we got 5 grams of the old.
Don't forget about your kids, bro.
Dumb.
Don't forget
Dumb.
about your
You're mentioning my kids, bro.
You're a deadbeat.
He mentioned
You're a
my
fucking
kids, bro.
deadbeat.
You
dog.
mentioning my
What are
kids.
you gonna do about it?
We don't have to talk about each other's kids, which he doesn't have, but I do. We don't have to talk about each other's family, mom, dad, and all these things to sell a pay-per-view. He gets on this podcast, he says he's gonna kill me if he sees me in Miami. The date that I supposedly did this, allegedly, is the same date he went on the podcast, said he's gonna kill me. It just so happens I wanted to get a slice of pizza where this dude was at. You know, and I was like, holy smokes, I'm dead meat, bro. This guy's right there. He's going to kill me, literally. Right?
A local MMA fighter now under criminal investigation after cops say he was caught on camera attacking another MMA star.
You know, I'm gonna knock the rest of his fucking teeth out. I got to knock 2 of his fucking fake ass teeth out.
Fuck it. He gonna kill. And then he'll put it. He fucking.
If you're gonna hold it for that long, yeah.
Brain.
I think that you could see easily 5 digits on XRP in that time frame, $10,000 plus. When XRP and Codius are moving and settling the derivatives market, yeah, $10,000 to $50,000 XRP. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's gonna be overnight. They're gonna flip a switch and just don't listen to those people." There are actual things that need to happen, real world events that need to play out for those type of numbers to exist, but they can exist. The math is there, but it is predicated on certain things happening. If you're going to hold
Hello. No, this motherfucking Bobcat, it's a mountain lion up something out here doodling. I'm looking at him today, dude. He doodling. No, nigga, we see you. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Let me get my other camera out. Look at this nigga. His shitty boo-boo ass. Oh, nasty ass animal. You're fucking nasty.
A Catholic school out in Minneapolis, 17 kids that have been injured. And at this moment, they're reporting that 2 have passed away.
And I heard he had 3 guns too, and he barricaded the doors so the kids couldn't get out and was shooting from the outside in.
What do you even think when you hear about people like this? People who would take the life of innocent children.
First thing I think about is my kid. Yeah, I can't put myself in those shoes of like what those other parents had to feel when, getting that phone call that they lost their child. Yeah, I don't have a thesaurus right now to even find the words to like describe people like that. Sick, scum, psychopath. That's just Satan, satanic.
On any level, do you look at these people feel as though they have cause for what they have done.
There's no reason for that. No. Go punch concrete. There's no reason to ever want to hurt a child or innocent people. K through 12 or whatever it was.
Pre-K. So we're talking about 4 years old to about the 8th grade, which is about 13.
You'll never be right in my eyes. You can't be right in my eyes.
This is how my dad.
Is Michael Hearn natural?
The better question is, how much is this guy on? He's not just on HRT. This guy is on everything at this point. He's not just a little bit on natty. He's on the most.
In our world, he's the most questionable.
Because he diets down to like do these movie roles and he looks even more crazy. And I've done videos. I'm an expert on Michael Hearn. He's gained 25 pounds of muscle in 1 year. I'm like, you gained 25 pounds of muscle this year, Mike. Okay, really? How? Well, if you did, you must have lost 25 because I don't see you 25 pounds bigger than last year. So he's going in these phases and he'll just cover up a little bit more. And he doesn't say his actual body weight.
He's very tricky on social media because he has a lot of pictures that always, he seems to always be in shape. And he's always strong. He can bench press a lot. He squats. Is Michael Hearn natural?
Difference between a million and a billion, because I think in America we don't even think about it. You just hear it and you're like, billionaire. Oh, he must be a billionaire. I'm sure someone, Joe Rogan, dude's got to be a billionaire, dude. Here's the difference that people don't realize: 1 million seconds is how many days? Would you guess?
I've done this before and I always forget it.
Seconds.
30 days.
That's a great guess. Okay,
Is it?
It's 11 days. That's good.
Oh.
Most people are way off. How many days is 1 billion seconds?
How many?
31 years. Difference between 1 million.
Is that true, bro? That's crazy. All right, it's getting too long. I've been chilling here comiendo pingas, dog. I'm high. Hey, those nigga.